made this men's channel to help out young men that are younger than me. Some of you might see me as a young man because I'm only 41. But I made the channel that I made to help out men with masculinity and the things that are going on right now because I have a son. My son is 9. And one of the things that I fear more than anything else is the world getting to his head. He's 9. He's influential. It's very easy for someone to influence him. And so I am trying to not just help my son by way of helping other people, but also, I guess, in a way, helping myself too. So I'll try to keep this a little short because I don't want to go into too much detail about my life and how I grew up. But I feel it's important to give a backstory on who I am, why I do these videos, and why I even matter, or why I can even say the things that I'm saying. So I used to be homeless. I was homeless for about 6 or 7 years, and I lived on the street. I was an alcoholic. I was fighting alcoholism for about 16 years. I've been sober now for 8. I lost a child. I'm not going to go into great detail, but I lost my child. And that's what tipped off the alcoholism. I was abused when I was 6. So around the time that I could start speaking and walking and started to kind of grow into a little person, I was already abused. And it was pretty horrific. Again, I don't want to go into detail because eventually I'm going to do a video on that, a story time video. It's probably going to have to be in multiple parts on my channel, but I would like to wait until I have some more followers before I do that. I would say that I've probably been through a fair amount of pain in my life and loss and some pretty nasty traumatic things that I've had to deal with. Suicide attempts, being on medications, being locked up in psychiatric wards because of behavioral problems when I was a teenager. I've pretty much been through anything that you can imagine besides war, probably. I've been in situations that are like war to a point out in the street that involved guns and gangs and being locked up and things like that. So when I speak of these things or speak about these things, it's coming from a place of, I guess I want to try to make it easier on the young men coming up behind me. Even though they probably won't listen to much that I say, right? Because when you're young, you really don't listen to anything that the older people say to you. But if I could just reach 1 or 2 that will listen to me and that will say, man, he looks like he's probably been through it and he probably knows what he's talking about, maybe I should listen. That's why I made my channel. I see that there's a problem in the United States and in the West in general where men don't even know how to be men anymore. I had a father growing up, but because my home life was so rough, outside was gang life. And that was where I decided to go. I don't think my parents really knew how to deal with me. My dad really didn't know how to deal with having a son. And so I kind of just got left to my own devices. And I ended up outside with the wolves in the neighborhood and the bad people, right? The people who didn't have anybody else to lean on. So, to keep this short, I talk about those things because I know and because I've been through it. So, I know that I may look shocking, I may have a shocking appearance because of the tattoos and all that stuff, but I can assure you that they were not out of bad taste and they were not out of, I wasn't in like some drug-induced coma when I decided to let somebody tattoo my face. I'm not going to get it too deep into that either, but as part of my belief, I'm part of who I am. They're tribal tattoos. And it's part of what saved my life. What I believe in and my belief system is what saved me from who I was and made me a better person. So these tattoos mean a lot to me. My beliefs mean a lot to me. And it has made me a better man. And it has made me a better leader to my own children. And yeah, so there you go. I hope that gives people a little bit of insight instead of just seeing some guy with tattoos all over his face talking on TikTok, because there's a lot of people on here that talk that probably have a lot more tattoos than I do. But I'm here for a reason, and I'm not really a fan of social media, but the only way to build a channel and the only way to help people is through social media, because that's our public forum now. So hope you guys like this video. I appreciate you coming by. My name is Alan, and this is the Koryos podcast.